So what if there were a way to get out ahead? What if there were a way to just acknowledge where I stand right now and everything that's manifested and everything that is ever manifested, therefore every belief that I hold is not important to this equation if I can get out ahead of it, in the sense that I can connect with what's in my vortex. What if I could dream or daydream or visualize or dream at night? What if I could find somehow, some way, the vibrational frequency of who I really am now? What if I could just tune to that frequency? So really all you got to do, meditate a little, taste the sweet nectar of aligning to who you really are, and in so much less time you find the vibrational frequency of who you really are, and everything that you once thought was an issue that you needed to get rid of is transformed into a blessing that has put you where you are. Now, we know for sure that that is some of the shifting that is taking place. But when you decide to make it your emphasis, because you can show people how to have better life experiences here and there and here and there and here and there, or you can show them how to be who they really are. It's nice to feel a little better. It's ever so much nicer to really know who you are. So we're talking about getting out ahead of it. That's going to be a theme of what we talk about maybe forevermore with our human dear hearts. Getting out ahead of it. And by that we mean getting out ahead of it where your vibrational reality is, getting out ahead of it where your inner being already is, getting out ahead of it in that next vehicle and that next vehicle and that next vehicle where the true thrills are. The art of allowing is the path of least resistance. And the path of least resistance, as you hear this is going to be so important. The path of least resistance is the path of most energy flowing. The path of least resistance is the path that your inner being has already flowed along and defined and holding wide open for you. The path of least resistance is the path that your inner being is calling you toward. The path of least resistance. The path of least resistance isn't saying the path of no resistance. It's not saying you got to get rid of all of that stuff, because every time you try to get rid of that stuff, it just squirts out in another way and another way and another way and another way. But the path of least resistance puts it in the true framework. The path of least resistance says to you, negative stuff is okay, it's good too. The path of least resistance says contrast matters to this creative environment in which we are all a part. The path of least resistance gives permission to the resistance to be part of the mix, you see, and gives you the clarity to navigate in the chaos that is possible into the clarity that is what you really own, who you really are. That's our favorite conversation ever. So it seems like when we say you create your own reality, that what we're saying is you create your own reality. But what we really mean is you want to tune to the significance of who your inner being is. Because together you have created your own reality. And in the moment that you start reaching for that one, you'll find it and you'll click in and you'll click in and you'll click in and you'll click in and you'll click in. And then that's who we're talking about, you two. And we say, it's attraction, 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 attraction. You've offered our favorite phrase, I create my own reality. I create my own reality. I, source energy, who is eternally focused, who has, specific to my attention right now, presented itself in physical form in the apparatus that is me, and focused me into a time and space with variety that inspires me and me. And the inspiration happens constantly. And my emotions show it to me. Thrills show me that my inner being is seeing it too, and I am seeing it too. We think this is a really good time for a segment of profession.